Hey, it's Liz from Thrice, and it is Web3 Wednesdays. And this week we're going to get slightly more technical than I usually do. And we're going to talk about Ethereum and the merge, surge, verge, purge, splurge, with the hope that you'll be able to do a little bit more than just regurge these words by the end. So on September 15th, Ethereum completed what they're calling the merge. In essence, this was a move from a proof of work consensus mechanism to a proof of stake consensus mechanism. This is something I talked about a couple of months ago on a Web3 Wednesday. And the big win for the world was the power needed to write new blocks to the blockchain was reduced by 99%. So massive use of energy that was just, causing all kinds of consternation about the planet and everything else has really been dramatically reduced. The other thing that happened is that ETH, the token associated with the Ethereum blockchain, becomes deflationary, i.e. the supply will dwindle over time. And when gas goes up to a high amount, over 15 GUI, they will burn some ETH, which means take it out of circulation. So this is also something that wasn't really happening before. These are kind of the two big outcomes of the merge. When it comes to the rest of these things, Splurge, Verge, Purge, and Surge, really what we're talking about here is working to solve some of the key challenges of blockchain and what we have been calling the impossible triangle: decentralization, security, and speed. So the next step after merge is surge. And the idea here is to make Ethereum more scalable and improve the speed so that more layer 2 blockchains, i.e. the ones built on top of Ethereum, can operate more efficiently. More people can be doing this staking, have staking nodes, and be able to earn commissions for writing the blocks to the chain, and that they can process transactions much faster. This move from 15 to 20 transactions per second to over 100,000 transactions per second is something that will come along once they get the surge done. Verge gets into something a little more complicated with mathematical proofs, but the idea here is it becomes more decentralized. Many, many more users can become network validators because they don't have to store the entire blockchain on their own computers. So they don't need very heavy computing power and the like, and more people can do it. The purge will cut down on the space required on the hard drive and reduce congestion. You can use your hard drive as a validator, and it will simplify the protocol over time. So Verge and Purge kind of work together a little bit, but Verge is really about the proof that's going to allow it to happen, and then the Purge will further reduce some of this congestion. And finally, Splurge. Vitalik calls this all the other good stuff that he says is important, but perhaps not as important as all of the other steps. So, ultimately, any technology always improves over time. It's never finished. And so the merge, it isn't like, okay, we merged, now we're all done. And they decided to kind of put these fun little buckets together of surge, verge, purge, and splurge so that we could all kind of understand it a little bit more. And for those of you who really want to dive in, there is this very detailed graphic with lots of very technical terms on it. But at the end of the day, you can think of all of these steps as working to make the Ethereum blockchain more decentralized, more secure, and faster. That's it for this week's Web3 Wednesday, and we'll see you next week.